Hey girl, are your healthy habits all over the place or non-existent? Do you wish you could find true food freedom, move your body for joy, and really just talk a little nicer to yourself? If you have tried to habit hack your health, but the strategies you've tried just haven't worked for you in your busy lifestyle, then this podcast is for you. Hey, I'm Emily Nichols, habit and fitness coach, behavior change specialist, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I am here to tell you there is an easier way than what we've been taught about our health and our habits. How do I know? Well, because I've transformed my own life through habit hacking, and now my family gets the best of me, and I now help my clients do the same. I'm now going to teach you how to create healthy habits in less time, guilt-free for all seasons of your life. It's not your fault your habits haven't worked, my friend. We just have to do them differently. So, are you ready to feel empowered and transform your habits and life? Then let's do this. Hey gang, welcome to Habit Hack Thursday. I love these episodes and I love the feedback I get from you all. These are quick, down and dirty, giving you habit hacks around those three fundamental needs, right? So mindset, movement, and food freedom. Today we're talking about food freedom and 5 tips to help you not stress about eating out and actually enjoy your food. So I have a story around this I want to share with you. Before I get there, though, I wanted to remind you, upcoming next week on Wednesday the 17th at 12 p.m. Eastern, we will be having our Breaking Bad Habits workshop, okay? That's our monthly mini workshop. It's $5. I make it $5 to have you be accountable, to actually watch it or show up. So if you can't show up live, that's okay. You get a replay of it. It's yours forever. If you're interested, if you're kind of like in the back of your head, like, oh, I think I'd like to learn how to habit hack bad habits, make sure to go and get it now, because even if you can't join live, make sure to get it because it will go up to $17 afterwards. So in this workshop, we're going to be talking about identifying your bad habits, understanding those habits and the triggers that create them and how it really makes you feel, and then how to replace those bad habits with healthier habits. And a bonus, like with every workshop, there will be a download from the shop that is a bad habit tracker to help you track those triggers. So this was really inspired by my ladies doing the 21-day habit accountability challenge. A few of them were habit hacking food freedom, for example, and the habit they wanted to actually implement was getting rid of a bad habit. So I loved chatting about all of these habit hacks for bad habits with them. So I thought, okay, they can't be the only ones. You have to be interested in how to do this as well. So go to bit.ly/breakingbadhabits. If you're like, what is the 21-day accountability challenge? That is linked in the show notes, friend. If you are looking for accountability, okay, this is it. Okay, for 21 days, I help you track a new habit, a new healthy habit, using the method I teach in my free masterclass, the Healthy Habit Reset. So the reset, the masterclass comes with it. You learn my method. We break it down. We use a habit tracker from the shop. Actually, a couple. You pick which one you want. And you actually get access to me via Voxer and email. And there's a private podcast. I love all things audio. I know you do too, since you're listening to the show. So go check it out in the show notes. Click on the link. Go through the Healthy Habit Reset. And then we can start your 21-day accountability challenge together. Okay, let's get into my story. So this was really brought on by a couple of different things in my life. So my whole health journey started with a habit around changing the way I ate. I really was focusing on my food freedom, my habits and relationship with food. I was coming at a point where I was using alcohol in excess. I was driving around town eating cookies in my car and hiding the empty packages from my husband and my boys because I was so ashamed of myself. And I just really needed a change. So my husband and I decided to do the Whole30 together. It's a little bit extreme when it comes to food freedom. Since then I did become a plant-based and an advanced Whole30 certified coach. And I've helped dozens of people go through, maybe more than that now, go through the Whole30 through my courses and programming. But what I really focus on now is food freedom, like the after. Like, what does your life look like as far as, still being able to have cookies, but not the whole package of cookies. You know what I'm saying? We get into that more in the accelerators. But when I was thinking about, the stress sometimes we feel and anxiety around eating out, it brought me back to when I was doing the Whole30. We did not go out to dinner except one time. One time. And this was back in 2015 when, sound like back in the old days, but back in 2015, there was not as many restaurants that offered Whole30 options. Like you can go to Chipotle now and get a Whole30 compatible meal, like done and done, super great. But back then there really wasn't much out there and you had to look at the menu ahead of time. So we were like, we're going to go to Panera. Okay, I'm tired of cooking all the eggs, prepping all the veggies. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. And so we go to Panera. I look at the menu online beforehand. We're like, we're gonna get this really specific salad. We're gonna have oil and vinegar on the side. Okay, here's what the chicken is cooked in, blah, 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 blah. I'm super stressed out about this, but I just wanted to go out to dinner. Our family loves going out to dinner together. We go and I go up to the counter. I'm like, I want so-and-so salad, please. And they're like, oh, we don't have that. And I'm like, skirt. Like, oh my gosh, just completely stressed out. We ended up getting like just plain lettuce and like chicken and like oil and vinegar on the side and like extra veggies and of course some avocado. And it stressed me out so much because I was living in such a state of restriction at that point, going through the Whole30. Not to say the Whole30 is bad, that is a 30-day elimination protocol, but you do not live in that state forever, okay? Lots of pros and cons to it. We won't get into that today. However, it really stressed me out. It stressed me and my husband out so much. And I know a lot of folks feel that way when they're eating out sometimes. But also thinking back to present day as well, y'all, it is expensive to eat out right now. Oh my gosh, for our family of four, and granted, my kids don't get kids meals anymore. I mean, they are 15 and 11 years old. They are boys. They eat a lot. They don't do kids meals anymore. Like for the four of us to go out and like have Mexican every week, because you know how we do tacos and sometimes margaritas. Not my kids, me. It's like over $60. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? So there's a lot of, I feel like, stress about eating out. Not just about, actually enjoying your food, but just the budget, being budget conscious as well. And it can be such a fun experience with your family and be such a great experience with your girlfriends. But it's so stressful because of fear of overeating. And nowadays, the budget concerns. So I'm going to share 5 tips to help you habit hack your actual food freedom while eating out. And I'm going to sprinkle in a little budgety stuff there. Okay? So number 1. If you're going out to eat and you have a fear of overeating or you're feeling overwhelmed about what to order on the menu, then tip number 1 would be to do your research. Look up the menu of the restaurant you're going to before you go. That way you already have an idea in mind on what you'd like to get that falls within your food freedom and also your budget. So for me, for example, I love to grab tacos. I love to grab tacos when we go out to eat. But sometimes if I get like a full taco meal, like right now it's like $15. But however, if I look ahead on the menu, I plan ahead, I'm like, oh, okay, I could do like 2 a la carte tacos and it's like half the price and I don't really want the beans and rice. I'd rather, have a margarita instead, right? So, or also, if you have certain dietary restrictions due to being gluten-free or dairy not agreeing with you, you already have that in mind so it doesn't stress you out to go out and, take that chance of having food that comes in contact with you that really irritates you physically afterwards. So number 2, practice mindful eating. This is actually one of the habit hacks we cover inside of the Food Freedom Habits Accelerator, one of my mini courses, because y'all, we are in such a hurry to eat. Like I can't tell you how many times I eat lunch standing up. Like slow down. Slow down and enjoy your food, right? I don't know about you, but sometimes, I don't know if it's just having a bunch of boys, We are scarfing down food so fast. You know what? Here's what I know what it is. When I used to date my husband in high school, he grew up with a brother. It was just very boys at his home. I would go over for dinner and they would eat so freaking fast, and I felt like I had to like hurry up and keep up with them. But friends, we need to slow down and savor our food, because you'll realize a lot sooner, oh, I'm actually full. And that way you know to stop, maybe take home some leftovers. That will save your budget as well, because you'll have leftovers for the next day. But you don't want to leave with that feeling like if you were wearing jeans and you have to unbutton them when you leave and you just feel miserable. That doesn't feel great. That doesn't add to the experience of going out to eat. And that might stress you out afterwards because you're like, oh my gosh, I overate. So keep that in mind, okay? Mindful eating, slowing down, putting your fork down in between bites, chewing slowly, enjoying it, savoring it, and not just scarfing it down, okay? Number 3, this kind of goes back to doing your research and knowing what's on the menu, but don't be afraid to ask for modifications. I think as women, a lot of times we're like, oh, I don't want to bother them, but I feel like most restaurants are so accommodating now because they're so used to it. People are being so much more mindful about the foods they put in their body. Like for me, I always switch out flour for corn tortillas. And many times I'll swipe out fries and substitute for a side salad, or I get a burger with no bun. And it's not because these foods are good or bad, but because I teach a simple plating method inside all of my programs that I take with me when I go to restaurants to find balance at home and out to eat. So I don't handle gluten very well. So I don't like a bun. I like a lettuce wrap with a burger. So that's why. It's not because it's bad. And I like to make sure I always have veggies on my plate. So a lot of times I'll get a salad, or I'll keep the fries and add a salad. And really, I just prefer corn tortillas. I just like them better than flour tortillas. Those are just all of the modifications that I ask for, and I don't feel one bit of guilt for it, and neither should you. Number 4, watch the alcohol. Girl, hello margaritas. Ugh, I love it so much. I love tacos and margaritas. I love going out with my girlfriends, having tacos and margaritas. I love in the summertime. I was sitting outside and having a margarita. But friends, when you're going out to dinner, the alcohol can add up quickly budget-wise, and sometimes you end up eating more the more you drink. You know what I'm saying, right? If you're hanging out with your girlfriends, you get a pitcher of margs, the margs are pouring, the chips are quesoing, it's just, you start eating more and more and more and more, and then next thing you know, you're just like, ugh. I just feel like doo-doo afterwards. So for me, just what I'm trying to say is, for me, like personally, be mindful. So my food freedom means enjoying a margarita or 2, just not the whole pitcher, because I know how I'll feel afterwards. And a lot of times I'll tend to overeat. And when I say overeat, eating to that point past satiety, to the point where you are stuffed like a turkey on Thanksgiving and feel horrible, right? Okay. And then lastly, here is your biggest habit hack to help you not stress out about eating out and actually enjoy your food. Are you ready for it? It's going to blow your mind. Are you ready? Okay. Eat more at home. Eat more at home. So our family budgets eating out once a week. Once a week for a family of 4. Now, I do a lot of mini meal preps throughout the week. It's a system I teach inside of the Food Freedom Habits Accelerator to ensure we have food ready to go. We are a busy family of 4. My boys are busy with sports. We're getting ready to go into the summer. I do a ton of mini meal prep. They're going to be home all the time, eating me out of house and home. So we should talk about that this summer too. But I do this to ensure we have food ready to go, so I don't have to go through a drive-thru and go get Chick-fil-A. You'll feel better, and your wallet will feel better too. Does it mean I don't stop at Chick-fil-A sometimes? Absolutely not. I still will every once in a while. I love those little chicken nuggets. They're so good and crispy. Yum. But if you need help making a plan, come to the Food Freedom Habits Accelerator, or grab all 3 in the bundle. You get a private podcast with that and my bonus routine builder workshop where you put it all together. That's next level habit hacking for you as well. So friends, I hope this puts into perspective that eating out should be fun. It should be about the experience. Take ownership of it and have fun, and be okay with asking for the things that you want to ensure that eating out is an enjoyable experience for you and your food freedom and your wallet. I hope today's habit hack was useful. I hope to see a lot of y'all in the Breaking Bad Habits workshop next Wednesday, the 17th at noon. Again, that's linked in the show notes, and the 21-day habit accountability challenge. All right, friends, I'll see you next week. Hey girl, real quick before you go, did you know I have a secret podcast where I talk all about why most habit strategies don't work for us women? Spoiler alert, it's not our fault. Visit bit.ly/Atomic Habits for Women, it's linked in the show notes, to access my secret podcast series and have your biggest aha moment about why and how women have to do habits differently. And if you love the podcast, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way more mamas can find the show. Love and appreciate you, friend. We'll see you next time.